Good morning everybody. It is a beautiful morning, really quiet, really still, just the birds twittering and a cow having a drink down at the canal. But I've moored up just outside Barbie by where that new marina is. There were some good moorings here, so and it's early in the morning, it's actually 6 o'clock, but I was up early, so I thought, well, I'll get up and do my daily checks. So what I do every day before I set off cruising, I do some engine checks. This is purely because it's a relatively new build on the engine and I just need to monitor everything and make sure it's all right. It's all been okay so far, but let me just talk you through my daily routine. First things first, I check the oil level, which is just here for the engine. I'll have a quick look at that. And we're doing okay. We're actually just above halfway on the mark, so that won't need a drop of oil today. I always like to keep an eye on the oil level because it's such an old engine. The chances of it not using a little bit of oil are pretty far in between. But, it's been pretty good so far. I've not had to top it up this journey, but the oil levels are fine for today. Okay, I also check the oil levels on the gearbox, and I have two gearboxes. I have a main gearbox and a reduction box. So let's check the oil level on the main gearbox, and that the oil's clean, and that is fine. We don't need to top that up. And then down this side for the reduction box, and that is fine as well. So yeah, that's all as it should be, and I'm happy with it. Let's move on to the next bit. The next job is to grease the gland at the back of the boat for the prop shaft. This is something that every boat has to do every day unless you've got an automatic gland or a non-maintenance gland, but most of them have greasable ones, so I have to check that, and that's just a question of turn that handle until it goes stiff, and that will force grease down into the gland, and that has to be done every day, and depending on how many hours you're doing, it might be best to do it a couple of times a day, and that's ready to go. Also, while I'm in there, I have a quick rifle around for any loose nuts and bolts on the prop shaft, particularly on the coupling. Just make sure it's all tight, and that's fine. So I'm ready to go. Okay, this is Barbie Moorings. It's quite a nice place. It's very, very peaceful this time of day. Heading down to the locks at Hillmorton. About a mile away at the moment, but I'll be there in no time. But I need to slow down for these moored boats. For those of you who watch Cruising the Cuts videos, that van is still there. Desperately needs rescuing. That would make a lovely little camper van for somebody, or a nice restoration project. Somebody out there must have the time to get that back on its feet again. Ah, it's a big bridge. I like it though. If you look very closely at that boat, you'll see how high the watermark is on it, which means that boat has been sunk recently, but at least they've got it back up again, which is good. And that looks like an old harbour and marine boat. That looks like some of the baffling, I guess, for when they try to pump it out. It's always a shame when a boat sinks, but at least they've got that one back up. Well, I'm at Hillmorton Locks. There's 3 of these to go down. They're single locks, but with a twist, because you have one single lock there and another single lock there, so boats can pass relatively easily. It's a bit different, so I need to head down there to the other 2 locks, and then there's only one left at Hawkesbury, which is only a little one, doesn't count for much. Well, that's the last lock for a while anyway. Got to cross over Rugby, carry on along the Oxford to Hawkesbury Junction, so I've got like 20 miles to go, or 19 miles to go without a lock, so this is going to be quite a nice cruise today. Well, I'm well and truly in Rugby. There's some facilities there, but it's all boarded up. I don't know whether they're ever open or they're closed for a while, but There are some facilities there at some point in the year. There's lots of moored boats, and I believe this area is Brownsover with rugby. It's an area that I knocked around a bit as a youth, so this means I'm getting very close to home. The entrance to Brinklow Marina. Well, I've been cruising along for a few hours now, and I'm getting a bit tired, so I'm going to pull in for a break and a cup of coffee. But I have to say, this stretch, well, between Braunston and Brinklow, this stretch of the Oxford Canal is lovely. It's ever so picturesque. It's pretty straight. Now, there are a few bends in it, but yeah, it's a nice bit of canal. Well, I've moored up just outside Stretton Stop, just by Brinklow there, for a cup of coffee, a biscuit, toilet break, and just a bit of a rest. Canal's got very, very busy. Everybody's woken up and started moving now. But I'm going to get going. I think I'll keep going now till Hawkesbury Junction. I'll have another rest there. But it's a lovely spot around here. I don't know if you can see this. Fantastic. Very popular with the boaters, but it's a lovely quiet place. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm stuck behind one of the historic boats. That was at Braunston. I don't know what the problem is, but he's really struggling to make headway and control the boat. It's really holding me up. He might wave me by in a moment, so fingers crossed. And this is Stretton Stop, the home of Rose narrowboats, and it has a footbridge, which is a swing bridge, which I'm not really sure how you deal with, but we'll pull in and see if we can shift it out of the way. Well, I'm moored up at Hawkesbury Junction for a break, bit of a breather, and now the thing to do is to make the turn at Hawkesbury in one. It's not easy, I'm in with half a chance, so I'll give it a go.
It could be embarrassing if you don't do it in one now.
I'm new at this, so I'm not going to embarrass in the slightest. Okay, thank you very much for your help.
Alright, I'm good, mate.
Okay, thank you very much for your help. success. Well, that was Hawkesbury done in one, and that's a thing off my list. Pleased about that. There were people watching as well, so I could have made a right fool of myself. Right, we'll head off up the Coventry, very much like we did before. Should get back to home base in 2 hours. Maybe a tiny bit more, but approximately 2 hours. Well, I've nearly come full circle. That hillside there is where the marina is. I've just got to get in, get the boat parked, and we're done. Well, there you are. That's the Warwickshire Ring over and done with. Thank you. Thank you. Well, there you are. That's the Warwickshire Ring over and done with, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It has flown by for me. I've done it in 8 days, over 100 miles, 99 locks because of the detour, and it was brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it, and the weather on the whole was really good. A bit too hot at times, but on the whole, really, really good. What next? Well, we will be doing another trip. Not sure where yet, but yes, this summer I'll be doing another trip, maybe not as big and as involved as that. But I was pleased that I did make it to Braunston on time. I was worried that I wasn't going to, what with the delays, with the weather being too hot, and the maintenance work at Garrison Locks. But yeah, I will let you know. Well, at some point in the near future, I'll be doing a review of the journey. But in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you soon.